Hello, what's up guys? How you doing? It is La5ty here. Welcome to Sunday. Welcome to Random Pick Day. Now, as you can tell by the fact that there's no green screen behind me, we are going to be doing one of those episodes where I ask Siri to choose for me. So we're live at the moment, and I'm going to literally ask Siri to choose 3 special players out of all of the special players that I've got in my club. And, things have heated up recently. We've got some pretty cool players in the teams, so hopefully we should be able to get 3 monsters to put into a random squad. I'll build a hybrid around them, and then we'll get into the random pick as normal. So the only page I'm not going to use is the first page. You know this by now if you've seen one of these before. These are all my loan players, and some of them are only like 3-game loans and stuff, so I've got an entire page of them. If we just skip that, we move on to all of the special items that I have in the club. By the way, guys, smash a thumbs up on the video if you do enjoy today. I'd really appreciate it. It motivates me to make more of this content and all of that good stuff. So this is my first page of like special items. Pretty good players, not too bad, nice and colourful there. It's a little bit sort of less colourful on the next one. We've got some Movembers, some regular informs and stuff. We've then got lots of colour again here in the FUT birthday guys. We've got some team of the tournament stuff as well from the African Cup of Nations. Like, it's looking alright, and we move on to, yes, there we go. We've moved on to my, like, untradeable stuff right about here with Suarez. Suarez is my first untradeable special item. And then, of course, from there, we've got the likes of Higuain. We've got all of the player of the month stuff. There's, Lukaku's the latest and greatest. We also have all of these craziness. We've got David Luiz, Torres. We've got El Shaarawy as well. Like, I would love to get any of them. And then just a selection of awesome players. All the way up to page number 9, where things pretty much stop. I've only got a couple of players on the next page. Oh, have I? No, have I got a full another page? No, I've got a full another page here. And there's only like Alex Hunter and stuff on the final page, so we'll leave it at this point. So what I've got for you is 9 pages of special items. That is literally 90 different options of players. So I'm going to ask Siri to give me random numbers between 1 and 90, and whatever is he or she, I'm not sure if I've got a male or a female Siri, I'm not going to lie. Whatever number they give me means that I am going to use that player, and we'll do that 3 times, put it into a hybrid. You know how this thing works. So I'm going to go back to page number 2, where we start things off. This will effectively be page number 1, though, so I'm going to go literally asking for between 1 and 9. Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 9.
It's 8.
It's 8. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we actually are on page number 9. There's some decent players here. Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
That would be 9.
That would be 9, which, is the second to last player on the page. It's going to be left back Kurzawa. French, looks very good. Not going to be the most involved player in the squad, but we have our first random pick player. Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 9.
It's 2.
It's 2. Okay, so moving on, I think we'll actually be on page number 3, which is these guys right here. So the least colourful players on my ultimate team. Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
That would be 10.
That would be 10, which means that it's the player that we are on. It is Giuliano, ones to watch, who is actually a really decent item on this game. Loads of great stats, and he's a 5-star skiller. Pretty happy about that one. Let's go on to our third and final player then. Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 9.
It's 5.
It's 5. What is on page number 5, which will actually be page number 6. Oh, we've got a good one here. This is the main page, actually, of the great players. I'm pretty sure anyone on this page is a bit of a winner. Siri, please give me a random number between 1 and 10.
It's 1.
It's 1. We get the 91 rated Fernando Torres. To be fair, out of all of the special items, I think I would, out of all of the premium SBCs, I probably wanted Torres the least. I kind of wanted David Luiz or El Shaarawy, or even player of the month Lukaku, but 91 Torres. It looks like a bit of a monster. Loads of awesome stats on him. So, I've got to get him, Giuliano, and Kurzawa into a squad. I'll do it, and we'll continue with the random pick as normal. Alright guys, so moving on into the random pick as normal, post commentary. I've actually now gone ahead, built the team, played the games, and it's time to talk to you about everything. I decided today to go down the route of using the 4-2-2. It's not a formation that I use very often, but what this meant is that I could use both Giuliano and Torres up front. I'm not sure whether Giuliano is normally a cam or a striker, but I definitely wanted to use the 5-star skillet as far up the pitch as possible. And then, of course, left back for Kazawa, who, I mean, I haven't got a clue where his dynamic image has gone. I'd have to back out and come back in again to be able to see it. But this is the squad that we've used. It actually looks really nice. We've got the Portuguese goalkeeper whose name escapes me. Is it Lopez? I think it might be Lopez. In goal, man of the match colours there, so that looks pretty cool. Thiago Silva and Semedo, two of the best, I guess you could say. Like, Semedo is actually really good on this game. The only real weak link in the squad is probably my non-rare right back. Don't really like him too much, but I needed a perfect link for chemistry reasons. And then Lewin Kazawa is our first random pick player. So he's 84 rated, and he was a pretty cheap SBC to get back in the days of FUTWIZ, I believe it was. 81 pace, 84 defending, and 80 physical. Really solid left back. I've used him quite a bit, and I actually really like him. So was happy to see him be one of my random pick players today. I've got Mauricio and I've got Informed Casemiro as my two CDMs today. We've then got the new Manuel Fernandez, and we've also got the SBC Gamero today, who is, of course, a player that plays for the same club as Torres. And that is how we're going to get links to different players today. Second random pick player is, of course, ones to watch Giuliano. Now, I've got him first owner. I think... was it you could do the ones to watch SBCs back in the day, and I cashed out and I got him as my tradable one, so he is in the club for good now unless they ever come up again and maybe I decide to trade him in. And then we have 91 rated Torres, which I know cost me like 700,000 coins, but he's got 92 pace, dribbling and shooting, 6'1", 4-star weak foot. There's some pretty good stats there, and I rate him on this game. I like him a lot. He's a very good player. So again, buzzing to get him, but as I said earlier, it would have been quite nice to maybe get David Luiz or El Shaarawy as my main like premium SBC player, but it's just literally how Siri went and told me to get the first player on the page, which of course was Torres. So let's move on into the goals that I scored with the team. I'm not gonna lie, I had a pretty difficult time of it, and what I mean by that is I had a couple of games where I was genuinely up against decent opponents who absolutely slapped me and put me in a foul mood. And when you're in a foul mood, you don't play very good FIFA. I then had a couple of games where I was easily winning and stuff, where there was a little bit of delay, and some of the goals don't look as great because I just feel like, I don't know, in perfect internet situations, they might not have gone in or gone the same way. I don't know what it is. And then I had the people which... you get quite often when you've got an elite player like Torres and a very colourful squad like we've got, who like see the squad quit literally before the game even starts, or see you score one goal in the first like 10 minutes and they just quit straight away. I hate that. I think that guy would quit right there. The goals where you don't see replays are when people just decide to quit straight up, and it's quite frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. I just wish people would play it out, you know. I get it if you're 3-0 down, like this guy here, I think quit after 3-0 in the second half. That's relatively fair enough. And in FUT Champions like Weekend League, I agree. Just move on to your next game at that point in time. But like 10 minutes into an online single, you go 1-0 down. I don't know. I have different views than some people, I guess. But Giuliano was actually alright. I like his skill moves and I like how agile and stuff he is on the ball. But getting into the positions was his issue really today. But overall, a decent striker who scored a few goals for us. Obviously, the main goal scorer of the team was going to be Fernando Torres. And boy, does he like to stick the ball in the back of the net. I just rate him so highly, and considering the goal to game ratio that you're going to see is not going to look great, simply because of people quitting and me losing connection and stuff like that, but I reckon he is like a goal, maybe sometimes even a 2-goal a game average player. Like, he's so friggin' good. I think recently his goal to game ratio on his actual bio went down for me simply because I was using him in a different squad where I was trying to get the ball to David Villa, I think it was, meaning that I wasn't trying to score goals with Torres, and of course when that happens you're not going to get a good goal to game ratio, are you? But he's a very, very good player in terms of awesome pace, very well positioned. You know, he gets through on goal like that so often. I feel really, really confident with his weak foot. I like the 4-star weak foot on him. There was a couple of left-footed goals earlier on in the video which were extremely solid and almost made it look like they were his strong foot. And then, of course, he's great pace, great finishing ability, really good dribbling, super strong as well, good physical and all of that stuff in that department. So just almost like a complete striker who's lacking a little bit of skill moves, really. That's about all I don't really get with Torres. And then, of course, there is the fact that he's getting towards being an older gentleman on the game, meaning that sometimes his stamina affects him somewhat. You know, he gets a little bit tired towards the end. But overall, we did score a whole bunch of goals, and I was able to get a good feel for the team. And now it's time for me to give a little review on everyone. What can I say about Lopez? One, he sometimes completely bottles it and doesn't save anything. And then some games he'll literally just save the most insane shots that you would have thought is 100% a goal. It's a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so I'm really still stuck on him. I don't know whether he's good or bad. Previously, his regular card has been terrible for me, so I might be probably swaying a little bit more towards that direction. Thiago Silva and Semedo, I can't really fault both of them. I love them on the game. The right back definitely was the weak link of the team for sure. He's just a non-rare, not much pace, not great defending or physical. Just didn't really think too much about him. And then Kazawa. Let's give Kazawa a rating, shall we? I think he's a great left back. 4.5-star value for money and an 8.5 out of 10. That's a solid rating, and the way I work out value for money based on SBC cards is like, when I got them, I try and remember how much they cost. And I remember Kazawa was actually a very cheap player to stick players in for an SBC to get this sort of level of 84 rated SBC card from. So I liked him. I liked him a lot. Mauricio and Casemiro, do you know what? I'm growing more and more fond of Casemiro, and I'm like really wanting to use his better informs. Just need to get that 87 in my club for as soon as possible. Manuel Fernandes and Gamero, at times were both pretty quiet, I have to admit, but their job was to get the ball to the main guys right here. And Giuliano, well, what do I think about him? I think you're getting a good Brazilian player for the coins that he costs. I don't think he's very much, literally 20 or 30k, I'm pretty sure. 4.5-star value for money because of that. And then I think like 8 out of 10, maybe pushing an 8.5 out of 10. Does all right, but lacking a bit of positioning in my opinion. And then Torres. He's going to get a 9.5 out of 10 because, like I said, he is nearly my perfect striker, just lacking skill moves, I'm pretty sure, and maybe a bit of stamina. But then a 4-star value for money because I remember he cost me so much. He's like a 700k player, and I think that you guys out there, for someone that costs that many coins, are probably expecting the world, and you know I am as well. And then there's just some times where the 3-star skill moves or the stamina let him down. So even though he's got a lower value for money than some of the players, he is still a better player than them. He's just not quite perfect. So overall, that has been the random pick for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed. It's a nice 4-2-2 side, which you guys can go ahead and build. Use the regular Torres if you haven't, you know, got the SBC Premium. Pretty sure he's got an inform, or even the FUT birthday item is close to the 91 SBC Premium. So smash a like on the video if you have enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.